Hello. This is Leanna with Chronic Inspiration. How you doing, warriors? Yeah, it's been a bit, I guess just since the weekend, but I had some things to talk to you about, so I wanted to come back on here and share with you what I thought about. When it comes to fibromyalgia, there are symptoms and there are effects and there are proactive things that you can do. So if you're looking at symptoms, you're talking about, number one, fatigue. It's just really going to be a lot of fatigue, like not sleepy, but more like you can't move. You feel like you just can't move. If somebody says, "Can you get up and come there?" You're like, "No." I mean, literally, it stays that way. It's pretty bad. The fatigue can be pretty disabling. You get really weak, and you just hair, so much animal hair, fuzz hair from blankets and things like that. But the weakness comes when you're fatigued, and your body just is so fatigued that it's become weak. It's actually hard to walk because your legs feel so heavy. And I told my mom, I feel like I've got gravity pulling on me. It's like I can feel it. And she said she has never heard of anybody feeling like they could feel the gravity holding them down. And that's what I feel like. So, yeah. So, stiff and sore. Stiff is actually the bigger thing for me, and it is for most people with fibro. When you first wake up in the morning, you can barely move. I mean, just taking a step causes my back to seize, my sciatica, just my muscles just will not stay relaxed. You can get massages. When you have fibro, you can get acupuncture. I've tried both of those. And also chiropractor. I've tried that as well. However, those are temporary solutions. And from my experience, and I am not a medical professional, I'm not a medical professional, so this is just my experience. And the results of those things only lasted like a day, if that. So it's very hard to keep yourself relaxed. Let me see if I can read this. Your senses will all just go into overdrive. My sense of smell, it's like nobody's business. I mean, I can smell something from the house next door, and I'm not kidding. I have done it. I'm outside, but I can smell what they're cooking, and I'm outside over in my house. Yeah. So that's actually, I can hear pretty well. My vision, my up close vision is like disappearing like crazy. I just ordered some new reading glasses. They're supposed to be here today or tomorrow or the next day, but they're 2.5s, and so that's just wow. It's hard for me to understand that, but I don't feel like I need that, but I do. So, the next one is it can cause you to have sleep apnea and other side conditions like that. Bowel, irritable bowel syndrome. You can have, you can get real stiff neck. You can get pinched nerves. You can pull your muscles easily because people with fibro will exercise and they over-exercise. And you don't have to exercise to the point of pain, but I'll get into that in a minute. But pain, no pain, no gain, that does not apply for us. Sleep apnea will just start coming on. Now, it has bigger chance of you have a better chance of getting it when you are overweight. if you have a chronic illness, if it runs in your family, sleep apnea, and I had all three of those. So I have sleep apnea, but I am not on a machine because every time I put the mask on and go to sleep, once I fall asleep, I end up ripping it off in the night. So when Medicare put me on it, the doctor put me on it, Medicare was monitoring it, and it turned out that they said I wasn't qualified enough because I was not using it enough to go with their guidelines, and so they, for them to pay for it, so they took it away. But there's weariness and depression that is also effects from having fibromyalgia. Any chronic illness is going to make you depressed. Depression by itself can be a chronic illness, depending if it's a primary condition or a secondary condition. And the weariness is just this sense of despair. It's just this sense, I've been in a funk the past few days myself, and it's just this sense of just this sucks. And I think because I woke up this morning and I was in a happy mood, I was all excited. I had a call that I spoke to somebody about my business this morning, and so that was a lot of fun. I didn't look at it as fun, but I looked at it as open-minded, and it was fun talking to this woman. She was extremely nice. But you get in funks, and I think that is typical of today's times that we're in. I don't even get me started. So, but then I also wrote down, God, my eyes, this light that I have on, this is the light. You can see it reflected in my mirror, in my glasses, the ring light, blinding me. Now, there are ways, though, that you can stay on top of things, stay organized by making loose plans. Do not make your plans set in stone. Try to make things as loosely as you can and make people aware, especially if it's somebody that you trust or someone that you're friends with. Make them aware that, hey, I can't really set this in stone. I can't really make any promises with this because I've been feeling like this lately, or I've been feeling like that lately. And so kind of gauge it out like that. The other thing that you can do is you can even out your chores and your tasks and your errands and, your household duties and all of that. You can even that out so that you're not doing a bunch like in 1 or 2 days and then nothing to have 3 days off. You can't do it like that with chronic illness, at least with fibromyalgia, you can't. I have found here recently, because I've been in a very steady state, constant state, so without any real disturbances, so I've been able to kind of monitor myself. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm stiff and sore, and I might grumble a bit while I'm drinking my coffee, and but then I perk right up and I can do something for 2 hours max. Then I have to sit and do things, like get on my computer and do some work. And then in the afternoon, like what's wrong with me right now is I'm extremely tired. I'm ready to actually just lay back and chill, maybe shut my eyes, maybe just watch, TV. And then I will perk up this evening again. And then I'll be awake, and I'll be creative and do things creative at tonight, around anywhere from 10 or 11 to 1 or 2. That's my perky. I wake up, I get my second wind, and it's fun. I like it. I spread everything out on my bed that I'm working with and creating and, brainstorming. And because with any chronic illness, you're going to be put on medicine that is going to mess with your memory, your short-term memory. Maybe get confused, maybe get drowsy or dizzy. Or in my case, I went on heart medicine that has caused me to pretty much hate all kinds of foods, especially foods being cooked. I can't stand the smell of it anymore. Anything really. It's ugh. So that leads me, though, to the next one, and that's eating right. You need to try and eat as well as possible, because and this is really hard to do because in my case, I want to go right for the comfort food, but it's not something that I should do. I should not go right for the comfort food because that's just going to make it worse. It's going to make me feel worse when I crash. But I love sugar. It's really, really hard. It's a struggle. Like I touched on this before, but you need to make sure you do some light stretching and exercise. No more than 10 or 15 minutes if you're just starting out. And don't go until it hurts. We don't want you to hurt. Now, I'm simply not a professional, but I am repeating this from my doctor. This is what my doctor told me, so I'm simply repeating it. It is wise to, when you do your stretching, you don't overstretch. You don't want to pull a muscle. Check with your doctor before you do any. And the last thing I'm going to say is you might want to consider getting some counseling because it is hard. Living in this day and age now looks all great and fun on the outside, but it's got its own set of stressors, just like everything else. And I don't know what I would do without my counselor. Now, I've been seeing her more than 10 years, and I absolutely love her. I only see her once a month. And I just go there and I just let it all tumble out what's happened in the past month. And pretty much I talk myself hoarse. And I would talk more with her if I could, but I can't. So it's just something that I recommend. I would certainly ask if you're not already in counseling, ask your medical doctor what they think that you should do. Because with any chronic illness, fibromyalgia can make you depressed and bummed, and because all of a sudden you could do all these things and you can't do them now, or if you do, you're going to pay for it in some way. So it can be pretty scary, and that can really wear you down, and especially feeling bad every day when you wake up in the morning like I do. It really wears me down. It's really hard to not have a pity party for myself. This afternoon, like I said, was better. This morning, I actually put on makeup this morning. And, I'm going to do a tutorial one of these days. I don't even have on eyeliner, but I will be doing a tutorial. And if there's any other videos that you want me to do, put them in the comments below. But I hope you like this video. I know I'm kind of out of it a little bit, and this light is just, here, that's on medium. Let me show you. That's high. That's off. And that's on low. So I guess low would be all that I would have needed. But I am kind of out of it today and off my game a little bit, and that's because of the crash from having a burst of energy earlier, number one. Number two, I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. And if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I put up a video. And I